Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing two parts in this look right here. I'll be doing my everyday foundation, concealer, contour, and highlight routine in part one. And in part two, I'm going to be showing you how to get this super simple everyday eye makeup look. So if you would like to see how to achieve this look, please keep on watching. Alright, so I've already primed my skin and I went in with my DIY rose water spray and the Physicians Formula Bright Booster Oil Elixir. I love this stuff. Amazing. Now I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. Mine is in the shade Soft Ivory. I'm just going to put that on the back of my hand like this. I'm going to go ahead and use my beauty blender to blend this out. Another brush that you could use is a synthetic hair brush. My favorite is the Morphe M439. So I just like to dot this all over my face. I usually start with my cheek area and my chin to begin with. So one thing that I don't like about this foundation is that the smell. It smells like straight up paint. It's just not good. Now I just take some of that on my forehead. Always blend down your neck. Alright, so sometimes I like to go in with a second layer or just use whatever's left on the back of my hand to go kind of on my more freckled areas or the areas that I have some acne scarring. It's not totally necessary to do this, but I just like to have a little bit more full coverage. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with concealer, and my ride or die concealer is the Maybeline Fit Me Concealer. It is, hands down, in my opinion, the best drugstore concealer there ever was. Mine is in the shade Fair. So I just like to take the applicator and draw kind of like a line across underneath my eye, down the side of my nose, and then I take the back of the applicator and just kind of feather that out. This gives a little bit of a highlight underneath your eye. It's not totally necessary. If you don't like that highlighted under eye look, then you can just go in with like a line underneath your eye. I use a really light hand when I'm blending this out because I don't want to take away or move around a lot of that product. I always make sure to go right where my nose meets my cheek and make sure that there's lots of coverage there because women tend to get more redness around their nose. It's just part of hormones. So doing this technique is just going to make you look a little bit more fresh and awake and just make your whole face bright. So now what I like to do, and this step is not necessary, but just to kind of make sure that the whole face is cohesive, and I like to take just a little bit more of that concealer and go right on my chin, the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, You always want the center of your face to be the brightest, and you want your outer perimeters, if that's where you're going to contour, that's where you're going to use your contour colors and your bronzers and all your darker colors. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and set my under eye, and I always like to use a translucent powder. I usually just set my under eye with a powder. I don't necessarily do a powder all over my face. Today I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD High Definition Powder. It's just a translucent powder. One of my favorite ways to set my under eyes is actually with a damp beauty blender or beauty sponge. It gives you the most natural looking finish after you set your under eye. It won't make you look cakey. It'll get rid of any excess powder that you may have put on there, and it'll just look flawless. I also just go ahead and set the other places that I put the concealer. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and contour my face. Most of the days I just like to put a little bit of bronzer on just to kind of give me a little bit of color. But for the sake of the video, I will kind of contour my cheeks a little bit. So the contour color that I'm going to be using today is Hoola by Benefit. It is one of my favorite contour colors. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's just somewhere right in the middle. It's a very nice neutral contour color, so it's going to work on a lot of different skin tones. I'm out of breath. Being pregnant is real, man. It's hard work. Usually when I use this bronzer, I like to just use the brush that it comes with. It comes with this tiny little brush. But today I'm going to be using this Real Techniques sculpting brush, and it just looks like this. And I like this one a lot for contouring because it is more flat and you can get a more precise contour with it. And I don't start out with a ton of product at first. I like to kind of build it up if I'm going for a more dramatic contour. Today I'm going to do just like a simple, kind of more natural looking contour. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. And to find the hollow of your cheekbone, you want to take your brush and just kind of roll it like right where your ear, like right at the top of your ear right there. Just set it on there. And if you kind of like roll your brush back and forth, you can kind of feel the end of your cheekbone there. And that's where you want to start your contour. That same Hoola bronzer and this Morphe S94. I'm sorry, my voice is like going away for some reason. And this Morphe S94 brush. It's like a flat brush. I like this one a lot for just bronzing my face on an everyday basis. And the last place I like to contour is the sides of my nose. This is not necessary, but if you want a more slim nose look, then this is going to be your best friend. And this is the type of contour that I would wear on an everyday basis. It's more of a natural one. If you want to have this look for a night out, then you would just go ahead and go in with a little bit more of your contour color, just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. And you always want to find a contour color that has no glitter or any kind of shimmer or anything like that in it. You want a very matte color. Anything with glitter or shimmer will kind of tend to make you look a little bit muddy or just like you smeared dirt on your face. So finding something that is more matte is going to make sure that that doesn't happen. And last but certainly not least, I love to highlight my face. This is not a necessary step. Again, if you don't want like a glowy kind of look to your makeup, then go ahead and skip this step, but I always highlight. So I'm trying out a new product today. I actually used this yesterday, but it's my first time on camera using it. So this is the Essence Light Up Your Face Luminizer palette. I go back and forth using either a cream highlighter or using a powder highlighter. Most of the time I use a powder highlighter. My go-to highlighters are these two right here. They're both a little bit more pricey than the Essence palette, but I love them. They're my babies. This one is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the shade Champagne Pop. And this is a collaboration with Jaclyn Hill here on YouTube. If you don't know who she is, you must be living under a rock because she's everywhere. It's been well loved, as you can see. Really pretty if you have a little bit more tan skin. It works on fair skin too, but what I like to do just to kind of lighten it up a little bit is use this Mary Luminizer by the Balm. I'm struggling, you guys. And these two mixed together are a match made in heaven. Just saying. Alright, so I'm going to take the Morphe M310 fan brush. I love these brushes for highlighting. I never knew what these were for until I tried to use it to actually highlight with it, and it was like, where has this been all my life? And I'm just going in with that middle shade right here. And right on the high points of your cheekbones is where you want to highlight. If you're just going to do a simple highlight, there are ways to do a more, if you want more of a dewy all over glow, then I'll show you how to do that at the end. I just like to go on my cheekbone, above my brow bone, on the tip of my nose, a little bit. I don't like to look like Rudolph. Right between my eyebrows, a little bit on my chin. Alright, so that concludes this foundation, concealer, contour, and highlight tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for part 2 of this makeup look. I'm going to be doing a really natural eye makeup look that is just super quick and super easy to achieve. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and go ahead and comment down below if you have any other requests for videos, and I'll see you soon.